just last year, so that's the figures for 22-23, the revenues from Scotland's oil and gas activity reached a record amount, and that was £10.6 billion. So that's £10.6 billion that's flowing from Scotland's oil and gas activity into the UK Treasury. And it has been reported that it would take an investment into Grangemouth of around about 80 million, and that would be to extend its life, but also to make it profitable, because that's also the discussion that we've been having here this morning. So does the UK government not understand that in this context, Scotland and the people of Scotland would reasonably expect a share of the revenues coming from oil and gas to be invested back into Scotland's infrastructure?
Well, of course, the oil and gas industry is, some of it's in Scotland, but it's part of the one United Kingdom, and of course, it comes in tax receipts to the government and has allowed the government to subsidise Scottish and every other household's energy bills over the last few years. It totals about the expectation is between 22 and 2025 of cost of living support will be more than £104 billion. So, we have one of the highest tax rates on oil and gas in the world, which is why it's expected to bring in £30 billion over the next 5 years in tax revenues.
You talk about one United Kingdom, but Scotland, it's Scotland that produces 90% of the oil and gas for the UK, and it is Scotland that will be left with no refinery. Can the Minister say they would be so relaxed about this if the boot was on the other foot and it was England that was having no capacity to refine oil?
We make an assessment on, we are the United Kingdom government, we look at the numbers and assess the security for the whole of the United Kingdom. That's how we look at it. We don't look at it through some separatist lens